Greetings, this is Mr. Solomon with another edition of Teacher Gaming Desk. This is episode 2, where we'll start looking at how to work with lessons in the Teacher Gaming app. So you would start by signing into your account at desk.teachergaming.com. So once you sign in, you can go to Teach, and then you will see Lessons. So I could search for lessons. And here I can turn different items off and on, so I can use Android platform. So for example, I have a Mac lab, so I'm only using Mac and browsers to search for different lessons. I've also favorited several lessons, which is right in here, or you could just sort of browse. So if you have an app that you like, for example, City Skylines, and you want to do lots of lessons, you can just click the favorite star and see that it's been favorited. As I scroll down, you can see there's been some new games and lessons that have been added. I've used slice fractions before, so you'll notice that this one has a yellow star. This means it's been one of my favorites. And so if I want to preview a lesson, I can then see how I would instruct. I can watch the video for the quick overview, like an intro. I'm just going to click Start Lesson. So once I start the lesson, you can see that it is now running, because now I have the choice to cancel. And if I want to share this with class on a large screen, I can do what is a fraction. So there's a short introduction to get some background knowledge. Teacher resources shows you things that you can add to a lesson to enrich it if you need to get more understanding. And then once you go through the introduction, you'll then continue to play. So I have one student playing right now. That was the ID that I created in my last episode, episode 1. And so if I scroll down and look, I can see that this is my student. Currently, I'm not logged in. So if I go to the Teacher Gaming app and then launch, so once I click the check mark, come back to my Teacher Gaming app, this would be on a separate machine. Students would be playing on client machines. This could be what I am sharing with the class. When you have a whole class, this entire bottom part of this page starts getting filled in. And if I start playing slice fractions, I'm going to pause the game for a moment, turn off music. So you can see the intro. This is the introduction, and then I'll check back after I've played a couple levels and you can see what's changed. Okay, so I've played a couple levels of slice fractions. You can see how this gets a little more complicated. I am going to spend some more time explaining how each of these games are played in future episodes. Right now, we're just going to look at what happens when you start finishing lessons. But if I go back to the teacher section, you'll now see that I have completed 2 separate check marks of finishing levels. So this is how you can track student progress while they're playing the game. And so then once you can see how to play, you can learn more about how to play the game. Usually give students time. And then once you're finished, you can then go to share and discuss. So reserve the last few minutes of class to have a discussion. What did you think of the game? Which puzzles were hard? What was your favorite thing? And then if we go to tasks, you can start checking. So if I click on show notes, you can see exactly what kind of answers teachers would look for students, and to have a discussion about what fractions are. So all the lessons are really easy to follow, simple to do. And then once you complete the lesson, I will say the lesson is completed. And what a student will see while they're playing the game is they will finish. And so now you can see that I have earned some skill points by playing this game. So I can check my progress. You can see what I've been learning. So playing slice fractions shows me all about fractions. And so just for playing for the 5 minutes between the first 2 clips on this episode, you can see that it's already analyzing my gameplay and giving me lots of good data that I can use. And so once you're finished with a lesson, you can go back to Teach, choose other lessons. So you can see I have one lesson that says it's in progress. This is the one. And now you can see that there's a check mark that shows that lesson 1 has been completed. And then I can move on to lesson 2. So all of the lessons follow a sequential order. You don't have to do all of the lessons. I've skipped around a couple times based on how much time I have or not having enough time. to go through all the lessons and just making sure I'm using the most important ones. Slice fractions has several lessons. So if I wanted to skip ahead, I can just go right to a subtraction or addition. And so each gameplay has lots of different lessons associated with it. Easy to follow, easy to track progress. Thanks for watching.